Alright, so in this tutorial we are going to be going over mine traps. These bad boys are your biggest source of damage as Peni Parker. Her primary fire does 30 damage with a 15 damage splash radius of 1.5 meters, but each of these mines has a 3 meter radius in a sphere and does 100 damage each, right? You can have up to 16 out at a time, which means that theoretically you could do 1600 damage to any one target at one point in time. But what we are focusing on today is we are going to be focusing on how to set up good mine traps, right? Not mines in combat, which will be a separate video, but we are going to be focusing on mine traps. Now, first of all, what is a mine trap in the sense of this video? A mine trap is a large group of mines, ideally 4 or 5, that you set up in a way to detonate to kill one or ideally more than one opponent when they walk through without them seeing it. Alright? It's not going to be something like an active mine that you're setting up mid-combat, but it's going to be something that you set up beforehand to make sure that you can eliminate an opponent before or after a fight. So the 3 key points that will make up a good mine trap can be defined as visibility, location, and timing. The visibility of a mine trap is going to be everything. If you can see a mine trap, you are going to destroy the mine trap. So we want to make sure that they don't destroy your mine traps and are not able to see them. That's the first key point, and I would argue that that is the most important point to a good mine trap. The second key point is location, and that's not necessarily where to place them. I'm going to show you some really good spots to place them and teach you, hopefully, how to place more mine traps around. Give you the fundamentals to figure it out for yourself as well. But the good locations often tend to be in choke points or on flank routes, right? Now, if it is in a choke point, it is designed to stop the main push, which often consists of a vanguard, maybe 2, and a healer or 2. If it is on a flank route, it is designed to kill, eliminate, or at least mitigate the effectiveness of a dive DPS. Tends to be characters like Psylocke, Black Panther, Iron Fist, Spider-Man. Those kinds of characters are going to be the ones that are getting destroyed by mines that you place on the flank routes. The third point is going to be timing, and that is when to place your mine traps, but also most importantly, when not to place your mine traps. Because if you place them throughout the entire game, they're going to lose their effectiveness as people check for them more. So without further ado, let's get into some examples of good visibility, bad visibility, and otherwise. So when it comes to placing your mine traps, visibility is number 1, like I said. So what we need to be looking for is any kind of doorway, slant, stairs are particularly good for it, or even just a wall that people can walk past and get killed by if they don't see the mines, like this.
Whoever they are, they don't look friendly.
But visibility goes both ways. If the opponents can see the mine trap, they're going to destroy it before they kill you, like this.
Time to engage the enemy.
Now, obviously you can see your mines when they're just placed out in the open, and they're very easy to destroy. But when you web them, they become invisible to the enemy, and enemies walking past will get absolutely destroyed. But of course, the biggest thing that you can do to make your mines less obvious is to become the target yourself. If you're the target, your mines aren't, and your mines are the best source of damage for you. So when you're fighting somebody and they're winning, you can run away and lead them over the mines that you want them to get hit by.
Are we done now?
So some great spots where you can hide mines on this map are the stairs of the enemy on the enemy side of the map, which is very easy to hit from even quite far away. You can hit the stairs. See, I've even over-aimed it. But that second one landed directly on the stairs. That's a great spot to place them. Another one, when the map is down, these little stairs in here, again, very hard to see from the other side when walking down. Those yellow lasers, the only thing that gives it away, and even then you can web it, and they become very hard to dodge. The stairs on the point themselves are quite difficult to see when walking down, especially when webbed. And as always with web traps, planting them underneath a health pack is Perfect. Especially if you web it, a player is going to be damaged, try and get the health back, and going to get annihilated. Now that our visibility has been sorted, and as you can see, these mines are placed in a very, very principled position visibility-wise, the next thing that we want to be dealing with is drawing people in on the choke points. So as we have our choke points and we have our locations set up, we are going to be drawing them in, right? Drawing them in, fighting them, drawing them in. The best way that Penny performs is when people are approaching her. Get them set up in a place where you become the target, like I said with visibility, but location-wise, you want to put the mines down to destroy the tanks, right? You are active, you are participating, you're shooting the tanks, they're coming towards you. The location of this trap, and the location of a trap, for example, hiding by your nest, is choke point-wise. So you are dragging them in, making sure they die on the choke point. They are the key targets on the choke. Now, a bad location for a choke point would be one like this. Yes, it's hidden. Yes, it's not very visible, but it's out in the open, and the most that it's going to do is it's going to mildly inconvenience somebody. This person is away from the choke point, likely has 1 or 2 healers behind them, and has easy access to health packs and various other cover to hide from you as you keep going. This is not a very good choke point mine trap. When you're dealing with DPS though, that especially are dive characters and aren't going to be focusing on the main choke point, the best tool that you have to defend is a mine trap on the flank route, because when they're flanking, they can get done in by a well-hidden trap. The reason that you want to do this is so that you can maintain focus on the main fight and let characters just kill themselves on the flank routes rather than having to pay them any attention. It takes them out of the fight without taking you out of the fight. It's really, really beneficial. So locations like this door frame on the flank route, or even over here on this door frame, or even this, and this is a small flank route here, but even placing one here while you're defending the point from main and they try and run through there, I've gotten so many kills by just having mines here and just sitting them on this point, and they will run into it again and again and again. So, good mine spots on this map include but are not limited to placing them on this top of these stairs when this wall still exists, because they will run up, likely be fighting half your team, hit them, die. Around the wall of this door frame in the same spot, again, don't forget to web trap them. As I said before, this door frame is incredible for traps. If you set up a couple webs here and get a couple of these down, especially if you have your nest down and it can connect, this becomes a perfect web trap spot. Look at how much damage this can dish out by just sitting here. Again, this spot, this is my personal favorite spot on this map, this little enclave there, because nobody's ever ready for it. Another tight doorway, another good mine spot. A slant down, we always love our down slants, because even if there isn't a web, this becomes super difficult to see as you're walking over, especially if there is a penny there and a nest there that you need to destroy. More aggressively, you've got this tiny flank route here that you can use that becomes quite easy. Again, on the side of any of these barrels, walls, even in here, another door frame, another door frame down here. It's just, hell, even a slant here. Just don't forget that you want to hide them behind a wall or a doorway, under a web if you can, and the slants are going to be your best friend when it comes to good mine traps. And this map also shifts as you capture it, which I did forget to mention, which means that new spots open up for really, really nice mine traps that players aren't going to see. They're going to round it. This is within 3 meters of this mine trap. They're going to hit it and they're going to get obliterated by it, especially if you are back at the point shooting down and providing cover for your mine trap. Next, we're going to be talking about timing. Now, the third point is going to be timing. Now, I'm going to be very, very clear with my definition of timing here, right? As we've gotten this man once with the mine trap. So we're going to set it up again. Now, a bad player might not check for the second time. The second time they might still walk through and might still hit the same mine trap. This is very, very common.
This is gonna hurt.
But the problem with spamming mine traps all game is that when you do, players are going to eventually start getting ready for them, right? And if they start getting ready for them, they're going to start checking for them. Even if it's well hidden, even if it's in a good spot, even if there's only one or two of them, if you keep trapping in the same spot and you keep trapping over and over and over again, what's going to happen is players are going to start expecting them. They're going to start taking different routes. Or, worst of all, they're going to start destroying your mines on the way through, even if they can't see them. Hi, editor moment here. This is super embarrassing, but in the clip that I just showed, the clip that you just saw, you saw the Doctor Strange shoot directly at the mines and it didn't kill them. What I have since learned is that mines placed underneath a web are invisible and invincible to destruction, at least in most cases. I don't know whether this is confirmed or not. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. If anybody does know anything about it, please do let me know in the comments. But that's why that trap wasn't destroyed. The points about timing stand, though. You can't just trap all the time, all the places, because they are going to start expecting it. But that's why that mine trap wasn't destroyed. So, of course, like all maps, here are some good mine spots on this map. Of course, you've got this spot here on the grates. Often players will turn and not be here. And remember, 3-meter radius. So if you are here or closer, you're going to get hit. On the inside of a door frame is also brilliant. Not the outside, because they don't tend to go wide. They tend to go straight for as far as they, as close as they can, which means that this becomes great. As always, the health packs are great spots to stop the flankers from having a good day. Just behind, when there's a wall here, just behind the wall, placing it there becomes a great idea. If you want to be cruel, you can place it on the inside of this flank route in here. Again, using the webs to hide it. And if you want to ruin some poor flanking DPS's day, just here on the slant, around this door.
This is gonna hurt.
Like, there's so many different places that you can place it to make a DPS's day absolutely ruined.
Time to engage the enemy.
And again, it becomes very, very useful because you are going to prevent them from diving your backline and prevent them from joining in on the fight. And it becomes a skill that you're going to get ingrained into your muscle memory. Just when you're going past a good spot for a mine trap, you're going to get used to the idea of just placing one down and webbing it up, and then you just keep going, pushing them back, and then as they push you back, set up another one. Don't forget, your web sling also sets up a web that you can hide it behind. Set it up there, set up your nest, set one up by your nest, and you'll just have a good time as it goes past.
Whoever they are, they don't look friendly.
Mission area is yours.
And yeah, that's it. There are a bunch of mine spots that can be found on various different maps, which will follow in a collage after this, without all of my yapping. But those are the 3 key principles to really, really good mine traps: timing, location, and visibility. I make sure that visibility is the most important. Always use your webs to cover your mines, would be the #1 tip that I would provide. And don't forget that they do 100 damage each. Yeah? 3 will kill a squishy, but it's going to take 7 to take down a strange, even more to take down a group. So make sure you have your mine traps set up accordingly, and you will have a great time destroying teams. So, without further ado, here is a list of the best mine spots that I have found in various maps.